Hello YouTube, we're on the Real Programming channel. I'm its host, my name is Andrei, I greet you. Welcome. So, this is our 32 lesson. We speak about HTML and JavaScript, and topic we'll talk about writing the ClearWatch handler. So, now let's write the handler to clear the watching activity. To do that, we need to take watchId and pass it to a geolocation.clearWatch method. So let's look on Sublime Text with our code. And don't forget to remember, you will find all the code and materials of this lesson under this video in description link to Google Drive Sublime Text Validator W3C. So, make sure that's a watchId and then call the geolocation.clearWatch. Method passing in the watchId, this stops the watching. We still need to make a small update to displayLocation. There is one small change we need to make, and it involves the Google Maps code we previously wrote. In this code, we call showMap to display the Google Map. Now, showMap creates a new map in your page, and that is something you only want to do one time. But remember, when you start watching your location with the watchPosition, displayLocation is going to get called every time there is an update to your position. To make sure, we only call showMap once. We'll first test to see if the map exists, and if doesn't, we'll call showMap. Otherwise, showMap has already been called and has already created the map, and we don't need to call it again. So, if we haven't called showMap already, then can call it, and otherwise we don't need to call it every time displayLocation is called. Time to get moving. Make sure you got all the new code typed in and reload your page, mylog.html. Now, to trially test this page, you're going to need to relocate to have your position updated. So, take a walk, jump on your bike, get in the car, or use whatever your favorite mode of transportation might be. It almost goes without saying that if you're running this on your desktop, this app is going to be pretty boring, since you can take it with you, so you really need to use a mobile device for this test. And if you need help getting to a hosted version with your mobile devices, we placed a copy with of this code at this address. Here is our test. Run. This number will update as you move around. Note the map just going to center your initial location for now. And try online here. So, there are no dumb questions. How can I control the rate at which the browser is providing updates of my location when using watchPosition? You can't. The browser determines what the optional update rate is and decides when you change positions. Why does my location change? A few times when I first load the page, even though I'm sitting still. Remember, we said the browser may use a few methods to determine your location. Depending on the method or methods the browser is using to determine your location, the accuracy of the location may change over time. In general, the accuracy gets better, but sometimes, say you just driven into a rural area with only one cell tower, it may get worse. And you can always use the accuracy property in the position that coarse object to keep an eye on accuracy? Can I use the altitude and altitude accuracy properties of the coordinates object? These properties are not guaranteed to be supported and obviously are going to be supported on only high-end mobile devices. So you'll have to make sure your code handles the case whether they aren't. What are heading and speed? Heading is the directions you're traveling in, and speed is how fast you're going. Think about if you're in a car heading north on Interstate 5 at 55 mph. Your heading is north and your speed is 55 mph. If you are in your car in the parking lot at Starbucks coffee, then your speed is 0 and you have no heading because you're not moving. When I map the distance from my location to your location, it's a lot longer than is being reported in the app. Why? Remember, our distance function is computing the distance as the crow files. Your mapping tool is most likely giving you the driving distance. So, let's talk about exercise sharpen your pencil. Below you'll find an alternative implementation for displayLocation. Can you guess what it does? Take a look and write your answer below. If you're feeling adventurous, try it out. Write what you think in your comment answer. So, you got some options. So far, we've stayed away from the third parameter of getCurrentPosition and watchPosition, the position options parameter. With this parameter, we can control how geolocation computes its values. Let's look at the three parameters along with their default values. This is distance, exactly, this is a chord we may delete. And so, let's look on the three parameters along with their default values. First, we have a property that enables high accuracy. We'll talk about what that means in a sec. The timeout option controls how long the browser gets to determine its location. By default, this is set to infinity, meaning the browser gets all the time it needs. You can reset this to a value in milliseconds, say 10,000 divs gives the browser 10 seconds to find a location, otherwise the error handler is called. Finally, the maximum age option sets the oldest age a location can be before the browser needs to recalculate the location. By default, this is 0, which means the browser will always have to recalculate its location every time getCurrentPosition is called. Can we talk about your accuracy again? We already seen that each position handled to us by the geolocation API has an accuracy property. And we will talk about this in the next lesson. And here is our 32 lesson about HTML and JavaScript is end. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, please. Put likes, share with friends, comment, eat bananas, eat chocolate and nuts, drink more water for the effective work of our brains, meditate, do exercise every evening, and so on. Thank you. Bye.